Do you struggle with adhering your cardstock pieces straight? Whether it's a large piece like this, or medium pieces like this, or a tiny little strip like this, I'm here to show you how you can adhere any size piece of cardstock to your project straight. You think you don't have the eye for getting it straight? Maybe your hands are shaky? This tip is going to help you. I've got your back. Let me bring in my adhesive. Today I'm going to be using this adhesive. This is called Tear and Tape. It's sold by Stampin' Up, and you can find it on my online store. Item number for this is 154031, and this is the adhesive that we're going to use today. This is not repositionable adhesive. This is strong, permanent adhesive, but don't let that frighten you. The technique that we're going to be using today is the one that's going to work for you. Very simple tape. It's very thin. It's 1/4 inch wide, and all you do is have to tear off some pieces. So let me get my project and show you. Here are my pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card front piece and I'm going to put some tear and tape on it. So I'm going to just put a piece right here at the top, tear it off. Another piece at the bottom. Tear it off. A little bit long right there. And lastly, right here. Now what I'm going to do is, what I like to do is take my bone folder and really press the tear and tape down good. This assures that the tape is going to stay on your project and the backing is the only thing that's going to come up. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool because it's got a pointy end. And I take it and I run it across the edge until it lifts up, and then I'm just going to poke that little bit off to the side. I'm going to do the same thing down here, run it along the edge until I see it starting to lift up. I'm just going to fold a little bit of that out. Do the same thing with these last two. Fold it up, poke it out a little bit. And this one. So now I've got all the ends of one end of each of my strips kind of sticking out a little bit. Now I'm going to try and aim this so that I do my best to try to get it exactly where I want it. And I can move it around, because if this was all exposed adhesive, it would be sticking. You would probably have to be ripping it back up and trying to get it straight and really fussing with it and fighting with it. This way you don't have to, because so much of the backing is still on here. So I am going to place this exactly where I want this. I'm going to say right there is good. Just going to take that and I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to grab, it's kind of hard to see white on white. I'm just going to grab this end and I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to do the same thing here. Grab that end and pull it off. Grab this end, pull it off, and grab this end and pull it off. Look at that. Now your project is adhered straight. It has adhesive all the way around the edge, and you never had to struggle with it. This is how we're going to assure that our project is going on straight. So let me finish my project here. I'm going to be making a card for brother. So I'm just going to use a little bit of a tape runner. And I do that because it's designer series paper. It's much thinner paper, and so I prefer that over liquid glue or something like that. And I am just going to, and you could certainly use tear and tape if you wanted to try to get that straight again. I probably should have because mine's a little bit crooked there. There we go. And then I'm just going to adhere that right down. And then I'm going to put this one on the top. And just so that we can do this one more time with you guys, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take some tear and tape, about this much, and adhere that right along here. Take another piece, tear it off, place it along here. Then I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm going to rub that all down again. Give it a good back rub. I'm going to take my take your pick tool, run it along the edge until it lifts it up. I'm going to fold it out to the outside edge. Do this to this one. Fold it to the outside edge. Place it on my project where I want this piece to go. I want it right about there. Now I can hold it down. I can pull this piece off and pull this piece off, and voila, perfect placement. I'm going to continue with my other few pieces here. I'm going to have this run across the bottom here. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to hide this little bit of the screwdrivers. I'll place that there. And then I'm going to be putting some tools on here. I'm going to use this one. This is another technique that I use for getting things on straight. It's a little bit more difficult because you have a different shape. It's not a square on a square or a circle on a circle. So I'm going to place this exactly where I want it, like that. Now I'm going to hold this. I'm going to grab my multi-purpose liquid glue. I typically always just kind of grab it here. And then I'm going to take and move this out of the way. You see what I'm doing? And then I'm going to just stick a little bit of, that was a lot. A little bit of glue is all you need, but that was a lot. And I'm just going to adhere that one end. I'm going to sit this down, let it dry, because now I know my piece is not going to move. It's going to be right exactly where I want it. And so when I come back, it's going to be easy to get the other side. Now I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line this up. Maybe I want this right about there. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to turn it so that you can see that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here and right there. It doesn't really matter how much you're putting on there. Even just a dot is going to be fine because you just want enough to just secure that so that it's not going to be scooting around and moving around on you. Now I'm going to go back to this piece. This piece is nice and secure because I've used liquid glue. Now all I have to do is do the same thing at the other end. I know that this part is glued shut, so now I know that I can hold that down, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to push this back, turn it, get my glue, put a little bit on there, put the cap back on, and there it is. Right where I want it, and I didn't have to struggle because I got it perfect, and then I adhered one end down. Now let's take this other guy. He's adhered at this end. It's still nice and straight. Same thing, I'm going to hold it down here, grab my glue. You can do this however you want, but this is kind of my way of doing it. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to push this away, turn it, put some glue to the end here, put it back in there, put it in my tray, close it up. Now that's ready to go. That's going to take 5-7 seconds. That's going to be adhered, and you're never going to get this back off. Now I'm going to place these on my project. I think I'm going to put, let me see. I'm going to put some dimensionals on this. So let me grab those. I put a dimensional here and here and here. While I'm at it, let me get a couple on this guy. Right there. Right there. Take the backing off. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put this right about there. Stick that down. Pop these pieces off. Do the same thing. I think I want this one a little bit opposite. I'm going to put this one right about here. And then I'm going to take and make my sentiment. This is a scrap piece of paper. As you can see, it's got a little bit of designer paper print on it. I'm going to use the back of it because it's nice and white. I'm going to take that and I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper from right here so that I can kind of see. White on white makes it a little bit difficult. I'm going to have, my stamp says brother. Get my real red ink out. I'm going to stamp this on so that it looks real good. Stamp it here just to make sure that it's stamping good, and it does. So let me set that back down. I'm going to stamp this again, and hope that with this light that's shining right where I don't want it to be, hopefully I've got that straight. Yeah, and I'm good with that. Okay, so there is that. We can toss this away. I'm going to trim a little bit off of this end. It's a little longer than I'd like. I'm going to say right like that. Put a couple more dimensionals on here. Bring my card in. Take my backings off. I like it right there. And that's it. I'm going to turn this over. I always like to put the front of it down. And then I'm going to take my bone folder again, run along the edge a couple of times to really flatten it out. And there we go. There we have it, folks. Nice and easy. My pieces went on straight by using that technique. I hope you try it, and definitely let me know what you think. Jot it down in the comments if you tried it and if you like it, or maybe you have a better process for getting your pieces on straight. So all right, so there you go. This is Kelly's Crafts signing off and hoping that hoping that you go out and try this tip yourself. All right? Bye-bye, everybody.